Hello everyone, welcome. Round 9 has been completed and won by 5 managers. That's right. Now everyone has played everyone once, which is great. We turn over again next week. So wherever you played round 1, you play in round 10. We're joined here once again by the lovely Millie. Millie, say hello. Say hello. Very good. I actually lost her today. She went chasing kangaroos and I couldn't find her. 20 minutes, half an hour, me running around looking for her in the mountains, and I got her, so it was good she stayed with me. So it's a good girl. All right, so anyway, let's get to the first game. It's Seek and Destroy versus Jacob's Jabroni. She's going already. Seek and Destroy, 285, were defeated by Jacob's Jabroni's 345, an absolute smacking.
Taking over, we taking over. I see you trying on, but we do it better. I know what you think when we coming over. I know what you think, but you better not try to play, 'cause the game is over. We take it over.
All right, sorry everyone. Millie's just putting her ass in front of everyone's screen, everyone's face. Anyway, she wants a bit of a hug. All right, so first of all, we go forward to the full forwards. Charlie Dixon only kicked a couple of goals, but Josh Bruce had a great game. Millie, get your ass out of the way. Josh Bruce had a great game. 31 points, full forward, kicked 5 goals. I don't know if that's career high or not. I don't think it is, but it's pretty good for Josh Bruce. But for Jake Jabroni's, Tom Lynch probably had his worst game, only 23 points. Whereas for Seek and Destroy, it's a matter of which half forward do I play this week. This week's half forward was Josh Jenkins. Didn't do any good, only 16 points. Dangerfield and Utility, bit down to the normal weeks. Normally gets around high 70s to 80s. Only got 66 this week. Where Luke Parker for Jake Jabroni's got 72, about his average. Midfielders were down in terms of Ollie Lyons, but Vincent Montagna 40 and 46 was a pretty good effort there. And Dylan Shields 43 for Seek and Destroy. Look, Seek and Destroy didn't know who to play in the ruck. Zach Smith had 12 hitouts. Reece Stanley had 12 hitouts. And Callum Sinclair had 12 hitouts. So all of his rucks only had 12 hitouts this week, and he ended up getting Zach Smith on 12. The best he would have done was 3 more points or 4 more points, I think, if he chose the other ones. That's why his trade with Michael is going to be absolutely perfect for him, because he gets Leuenberger, who would have had 32 points for him this week. Probably wouldn't have changed that result, but anyway. Pritis, 81 as a halfback. Absolutely phenomenal score, and Mick's licking his lips every time he sees that. And Blitzfast, 21 as a tackler, so that's very good there. As for Jabroni's, Lockie Neal, best halfback of the game this week, 85 points, had 37 possessions, 9 tackles, 6 clearances, a great effort there. And Tom Mitchell, only the 5 tackles for him this week. Unfortunately, he shut down Sam Mitchell, and that kind of sucks for me. And Jacobs, just average. Actually, I think Jacobs got beaten by Curry in the ruck this week, so a bit surprising there. Now, a few people you could have done differently. As I said, for Vossi, the other Lynch this week, so you don't know, Kra, Jenkins, Tom Lynch, who do you play? Well, Tom Lynch this week, the redhead one, would have had you 16 marks, 16 kicks, 10 marks, 2 goals, would be much better. Ballantyne also kicked 3 goals for you, so that would have been better than Charlie Dixon. And James Kelly for Essendon, 20 kicks, 13 handballs, so he would have been really good in the midfield, except for only Lyons this week. As for Houghton, look, you scored the highest of the week, 345, so you can't complain. 345 was the best score of the week. However, players you could have brought in, Trent Cotchin, 18 kicks, 21 handballs, 10 clearances, 7 tackles. Also, you had Michael, thanks. I got everyone here in the scores, and Michael just moves things around. Martin had 30 possessions, 5 tackles, and Lysett was pretty impressive. He did 23 hitouts, 11 tackles, 2 goals. So, and 13 possessions. So he would have got 100 points as utility this week. Not that you're going to play Lysett in utility any week, but that's what he would have done. So 11 tackles, pretty phenomenal there by him. So well done there to Jacob's Jabroni's. You are now once again the highest scoring team in the competition. Let's move on to the next game. No Dumplings has an E-crash down to earth versus Maltese Falcons. Yeah, so here he is, Dasher, back on track. There he goes, got a bit of dust in there, and all of a sudden, bang! He's getting crashed, and then once again, bang again! Your season's back off the rails, mate, crashing down to earth. What's happened to you? You're all over the place, mate. You had 2 wins, 3 wins in a row. You think you're all high and mighty. You beat me, but now, no good. 296 to 334. Finnick Was on bottom. Now he's won 2 games in a row. Yes, against second bottom and third bottom the time when you were on bottom, and now, second bottom, third bottom, whatever. But that's 2 wins in a row for Fennick. He's actually scored quite well the last 2 weeks. 334 this week. Last week I think he got his high score. That actually might be 2 weeks in a row with this high score. So well done with Fennick. Big difference with Gunston playing well. He got 50 points. He raised the bat, as Fennick said to us all, as a half forward. Jack Watts only 7 points. I watched the game. Feel sorry for him because he got burnt so many times. He could have scored so much more. Eddie Betts done nothing this week. Gets out of Gold Coast as well. 0 points for Eddie Betts. Steve Johnson only 25 there for him. In terms of utilities, he tried Bryce Gibbs this week as utility. Much better than what he's had. He got 70 points. You put Pennebury in the midfield, got 37. Pennebury also got 4 tackles and kicked 3 goals. So he would have got you around 80s utility, but never mind. And Jack Stevens got 94 as a utility. So Jack Stevens did quite well. He actually had a really good game, 40 possessions. Gaff got knocked out by an elbow or something. Mockle was crying about it. 27 points only for Gaff. And Josh Kelly only 28 in midfield. So Phoenix midfield was quite low. However, he did make up in other areas. Heath Shaw got 74 points as a midfielder. Now, I think that might be the highest midfielder score we've ever had. We're not sure. We have to go through all the data. Not 100% sure, but 74 as a midfielder for sure. You sure? Sure. Nah, quite good there. Now, McAvoy only got 20 in the ruck. Looking at the ruck, that was his best position. Did quite well there. And Curry for Fennick, 40. Smashed Jacobs, I reckon. Cripps got 61 and Josh Kennedy got 63. And as for the tacklers, I just need to have a quick look at this real quickly. As for the tacklers, yes, Kieran Jack got 7. And Mitch obviously got 10 tackles, but had a few free kicks against. So he only got 27 points to tackle. Not only he was I think might be the best tackle of the week. I'm not sure. But quite well done there, Fennick. 2 wins in a row. Did very well done. Just so you guys know, there's a few players that did quite well for both of your teams this week. For Fennick, Kerridge had 26 possessions, 5 clearances, 4 tackles. Pressy had 31 possessions. Jack Watts, maybe as a half forward, but you're not going to take out Gunston. But he also had 15 kicks and 10 marks there. And Armitage had 7 tackles as well. But once again, Mitch Robinson was much better. But they're just a few players that did well, just so you know. For Dash, Mundy, 23 possessions, 8 clearances, and 6 tackles. He done very well. Duncan had 25 possessions and 8 tackles. Westhoff had 8 tackles. Picken had 9 tackles, and your tackle only had 7 points. So you could have made quite a big difference there. Not that it was going to win you the game, but quite a few players could have made a better, giving you a better score in that one. So well done, Fennick. 2 wins in a row. As you said, you're on a roll, or what did he say he was? He was winning streak now. So well done. Congratulations. Let's see how you go moving forward. As you said, you like to live on the edge, or whatever it was that you said on that note. I don't know. Anyway, as for the next game, it's I'm rolling.
My life is brilliant. Your life's a joke. You're just pathetic. You're always broke. Your homemade Star Trek uniform really ain't impressing me. You're suffering from delusions of adequacy. You're pitiful. You're pitiful. You're pitiful. It's true.
That's for you, Daniel Cole. You are pitiful. You lost this week. I think the lowest score of the round, 279 against Stiff, who also got a pathetic score, to be honest, 290. You scored 100 points more last week, Stiff, than you did this week, and you still won, so well done anyway. But that's a good effort for you, Stiff. If we look at the scores here, not much to sing home about because your teams had shit scores. But anyway, Lindsay Thomas, 21, did quite well, 3 goals, 3 points. Jack Darling got nothing as a half for you, Stiff. Josh Kennedy, 7 goals. Halfway through Saturday, Coley thought he was rolling in here, actually. I reckon Coley thought he had this one easily. Josh Kennedy, 56 goals. Lindsay Thomas, 56 points, sorry. Lindsay Thomas kicked 3 goals. Cruising along. And then all of a sudden, bang, nothing. Tom Hawkins got 30 points at the half forward. Well done there, Stiff, because you were a bit worried because you heard that one of your players might be out, but you know, you made a few changes. You put Tom Hawkins as your half forward, brought Jack Darling in. Well, you might as well not have played Jack Darling, as I said. Tom Hawkins did well, as I said, 38 points. Nick Greenwell got 65 points. Originally, you had Michael Walters as your utility. Had his worst game of the year. I think he would not have even got you 30 points utility. So lucked out there, Stiff. Well done on that last minute move. Yeah, clap to you. Anyway, John Lewis didn't play very well, and probably other things on his mind, but he wasn't very good at all. Michael Miller's going to get the rabbit. We've got a rabbit. Melly caught a rabbit, and we've got it here in the house, and she's going to look for it. Anyway, Lockie Hunter as a midfielder, 41, compared to Taylor Adams and Kate Simpson over for Coley, 37 and 38. Now, Tom Hickey probably had his worst game in the ruck this year, only got 20 points. Mumford smashed it, 48 points, so well done there to Mumford. And Zach Merritt, 57 as a halfback, not as good as his 84 or 5 last week. And Andrew Sine only got 44 this week. As for your tacklers, Chris Main 18 and Liberatore got 55 last week, and this week he only got 7 points. Massive difference. 19 tackles to 2 tackles. Massive difference there. Guys, you only look. I looked around, looked at the teams, looked to see who played well for you guys, and to be honest, there wasn't much. Coley could have played wingard, he got 3 goals, but you know, that's the way it goes. And for Stiff, 2 metre Peter kicked 3 goals. So they're the only really options you had there. But Lindsay Thompson, Josh Kenny weren't going to get taken out of Coley's spot. And yeah, you probably could have played 2 metre Peter instead for Jack Darling. That's Peter Wright, of course, for those who don't know. But that's the way it goes. So well done. To Stiff, you moved to second on the ladder. So good effort to you. And there it is, Gods of Olympus, back on the winning track, 343. Only won his second game of the year, and every time he's won, he's actually got almost the high score of the round. Not quite this week, but still, he scored very high. Defeated Rangers Anonymous 310. Rangers Anonymous has gone on the Point Cook road trip and lost both games, so he'll be looking forward to getting back home next week. 2 losses in a row now for Rangers, so he did have a 2 or 3 game lead at the top of the ladder. Now it is only 1 game, but we'll go through the ladder later. Anyway, if we go through it, Mick, 343, and he had 2 donuts. Drew Petrie as a full forward got nothing. Jack Brennan as a tackler got nothing. As for Kenner, Hogan as a full forward, 31 points. So did quite well there. Jack Rewalt, 25 points there as a half forward. Didn't do quite well, but you saw those conditions. They were shocking over at Freo. And Taylor Walker had his best game of the year. Got 5 goals, 49 points, almost rose the bat, but not quite. Mix, once again, the 2 wins he's had this year has been off Goldstein getting over 100 points of utility. So we know if you want to shut down Michael, shut down Goldstein. It's as simple as that. Goldie got 114 as utility. Maybe the highest score this year of utility. I'm not quite sure. I didn't go through. I probably should have gone through the scores. Not sure. Oh, he got 130 last time Michael won. There you go. So 114 this week as utility. Phenomenal. And Joel Selwood, 58 points as utility. Didn't have a very good game at all. As for the midfielders, Mitchell was, as I said before, was tagged, only 20 points, and Nathan Jones only 37. As for Michael, he got 100 points from both his midfielders. Stybot on 52, Canelio 48. Canelio had a great game, and Michael might need to start utilising him in a different position soon. Tippett probably as a utility would have got over 100 as well this week. He had 41 as a ruck. Probably the best game I've seen him play for Sydney, to be honest. And Shuey's a halfback, 63. As for Kenner Hampson, who's doing quite well in the ruck, he's a great tap ruckman, doesn't do anything else around the ground. And Zorko, 57 there as well. Shields, 23 as a tackler. After 14-15, gets 7 this week. So it hasn't done quite well, but he did all right. And as I said before, Mick was disappointed for Redden. Redden's got 9 and 8 tackles the last 2 weeks. This week got nothing. As for Fennick, as for Kenner, still on the soccer pitch. I used to get those 2 confused all the time for some reason. I don't know. One's a short little Maltese, one's a redhead. Anyway, Kenner, Tom Bell kicked 3 goals for you. Jack Crisp for Collingwood had 25 possessions, 8 tackles. Toby Green also kicked 3 goals. And Goddard got 30 possessions and 5 tackles. And Liam Shields actually, by the way, although he got 7 tackles, also got 20 kicks and 9 clearances. That's an option there. For Fennick, Kerridge had 26.
Fennick on your mind.
Sorry?
For Fennick on your mind.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fennick's team now.
Who did you play?
Oh, for Mick. Cut that out, right? As for Mick, I looked at his team. Probably couldn't really do much different to what he done. I mean, he scored pretty high. I mean, there was probably someone who got one tackle and someone who got one goal he could have played. But Isaac Smith had 26 possessions. He's probably the only real standout for the Michael's bench that he could have played there. So anyway, well done there. We'll move on to the next game now. It is myself versus Sugar Daddies. Sugar Daddies 275, defeated by me 314. 4 losses in a row for Sugar. He actually was at one stage fighting for top spot undefeated with Kenner, then lost that, then won, was 4-1, and since then now he's 4-5. 4 losses in a row. Ever since we said how excited he is and how he's doing quite well, he's lost 4 in a row, and he's gone pretty well. This is his lowest scoring game he's had, as I said. Jeremy Cameron kicked, I think, 5 or 6 goals, 5 goals, 32 points for him, whereas for me, Luke Bruce only got 6 points. Jared Way's a half forward. He actually has been down the last 3 or 4 weeks. He hasn't been very good at all, to be honest. Only 27 points this week. And Buddy had his worst game of the year. He got 34 points. Bastard. Anyway, I still love Buddy. Now, look, my Lobs had 25 possessions the last 2 or 3 games, kicked 4 goals, 3 or 4 goals. So, look, I understand why I put him there, but only 38 points to utility this week. Wasn't very good. I put Viney there. He only got 60 points. He had his worst week for a couple of weeks as well. But yeah, I'll go through who you could have probably played later. Sugar. Murphy and Lilio didn't have very good weeks also. 35 points and 32 points in midfield. For me, both my midfielders got 48 points in Zaharakis and Hanbury. Very, very happy with that. Possibly could have put Hanbury in a different position. But, you know, he did have 11 clearances and 5 tackles. Nick Nat, best ruck of the game this week, 51 points. Just to let you all know, and Sugar, Max Gorn got 30, but Max Gorn plays Port Adelaide next week. If your ruckman plays Port Adelaide, you have to play your ruckman. Simple as that. Max Gorn plays Port Adelaide next week. Sorry, Mick. Sugar plays you. And Max Gorn's going to get about 60. This week, Nick Nat got 51. For Sugar, halfback, Shaw, 65. Where for me, Scotty Thompson, 46. 3 weeks in a row. More than likely, Scotty Thompson will be on the bench next week. And Roy Sloan got 21 points as a tackler, where Luke Durhouse only got 16. Couple of changes we both could have done there. Sugar, Ward had 30 possessions, 7 clearances, 11 tackles. Would have been much better than Motlop. So would Robbie Gray, who had 28 possessions, 8 clearances, and 10 tackles. So there are a couple of options you could have put. I'm actually, when I saw you didn't play Robbie Gray, I was actually pretty happy with that. Bont got 32 possessions and Del Santa got 28 possessions. So there are a couple of changes you could have done. For me, probably could have moved Sloan to halfback like I was going to do. I was originally going to put Sloan as halfback and Ebert as tackler, but I didn't do that because Ebert had 7 tackles and Sloan also had, I think, 27 possessions and 10 or 9 clearances, 4 clearances, or whatever it was. And Hanbury, once I said before, he could have been in a different position as well. But that was probably, you know, I'm happy with that. I got the win 3-14, so pretty wrapped about that. We'll move to the team of the week now. As for the full forward, was Jeremy Cameron, 32 points, pretty good. And he was followed pretty closely by 31 and from Hogan and 31 from Josh Bruce. Oh, sorry, I've got to cut out. You know, I'm reading this because my season is getting constructed. High vis. Look out for me, guys, because I'm 3rd on the ladder now, and I'm making the run for the top. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing a high vis top. Anyway, half forwards. Sorry, bad. Half forwards. Josh Kennedy, 56 points, 7 goals. His missus is having a baby this week. Hopefully, he doesn't play next week because that will be great for me. Jack Gunston. Oh, Michael said hopefully he has a son as well. Anyway, Jack Gunston, 50 points. So you would have thought he would have been the best half forward, but he wasn't. Taylor Walker, 49 points. So those 3 half forwards scored quite well this week. Utility, 114 for Goldie. The only time Michael wins is if Goldie scores over 100 points for utility. That seems to be the case. Jack Stevens got 94 and Luke Parker 72. As for the midfielders, Heath Shaw, 74 points, included 36 kicks. That was quite well there. I think, as I said, we think that might be the highest scores midfielder ever. Still Cyborg on 52, and Zaharakis and Hanbury and Canelio all got 48. For the ruckman, Nick Nat got 51, Mumford 48, and Kurt Tibbett 41. Halfback, Lachlan Neal was spectacular in those conditions over there, 85. Prudis 81 and Shaw 65. And for tackler, Mitch Robertson was the best tackler by far, 27 points, followed by Liam Shields 23 and Bliss Fast 21. Now I'll move on to the ladder real quickly, and then I've got a special little stat for you guys to look at. If we go through the ladder, Renegades still on top, 28 points. Rangers, sorry, struggling. Rangers, anonymous, 28 points. 2 losses in a row now, though. And their 3-game leaders only moved to a 1-game lead now. Renegades, close behind them on 24 points. Followed by myself, Arctic United, 2 points behind Renegades. And then Jabronis and I'm rolling both on 20. Jabronis, once again, are the highest scoring team in 2-9-11, followed by Rangers and 2-8-8-0. And then me, 1 point behind, and then Renegades. I'm rolling second worst scoring team in the competition, but once again, we'll talk about it in a minute. Sugar, a game behind with Seek and Destroy on 16 points. Maltese Falcons has jumped from the bottom of the ladder a couple of weeks ago and now sitting on 12 points with no dumplings. And the other team, is beaten in Gods of Olympus on 10 points. So last year's winners, Gods of Olympus on 2 points. Healthy scoring, but you're still on bottom, Mick. Now, if I just show you a little graph we've got here. Now, we had a look at it. We've worked out some figures and the winning scores and a few other things that we've done. The average winning score has been around 320, 390, 320. So if we look at the premiership window, because you know David King has his little premiership plot thing. Well, this is my little premiership triangle. We've got 4 teams that are sitting ready for a premiership. Jabronis is probably the favourite at the moment when going for a premiership. He is the highest scoring team, followed by Rangers, myself, and Renegades. Those 4 teams are in the premiership window as we speak. Now, just outside the premiership window, a couple of teams that just maybe need to tweak a few things to get things better is Sugar Daddies and Gods of Olympus. Now, in my opinion, Gods of Olympus aren't going to make the finals, so we should cut him out altogether. But that's according to the stats and the scores. Followed closely by Maltese Falcons and No Dumplings and Seek and Destroy. And as you can tell, in the no chance window, this is the teams that have no chance at all, is I'm rolling. So that's our little premiership hot plot triangle thing we've got going there. So realistically, at the moment, only 4 teams are going to win it. But you know, things could change. We're only halfway through the season. So there you go. Now, with some sad news, I've got to let you know that I won't be doing the show on Thursday. In fact, Coley will be doing the show on Thursday. I'm going to be on a plane going to Brisbane. Coley said it might be him and Dash. We'll see what happens there. And Mick's going to Skype it all in. So let's see how this show goes. But I'm going to go to Brisbane. I've got to work in Brisbane on Friday. And it just so happens that Hawthorn are playing Brisbane on Saturday. So that worked out quite well. Anyway, well done this week, guys. Let's all get going. Don't forget, mid-season draft, Queen's birthday weekend. Can be online, can be there. We'll see how it goes. But thank you, everyone, and have a good week. See you all.